Welcome everyone. 6 seasons of Peaky Blinders brought a considerable amount of people closer to classic menswear and to my channels. This video was one of my first on YouTube and it's still the most viewed, even though the production quality is not that great. Time to revisit the Peaky Blinders style, but this time I will try to sew the clothes myself.
Oh, I don't pay for suits. My suits are on the house, or the house burns down.
Bear with me. The show is set in the 1920s and 1930s, while the actual gang existed a few years earlier, around 1900. As a Peaky Blinders fan, you probably already know this. Now, I will try to cover both, the show's unique aesthetic as well as the historical accuracy. So, what do we need? We need a dark 3-piece suit made from a proper woolen fabric. I will go for a 1900s cut. Not exactly what you see in the show, but I think it'll still work. You know what? Let's take the opportunity to compare the suit styles and figure out what's important. So this is how suits looked in the 1900s. Detachable collars, sloped shoulders, short lapels and an hourglass silhouette. Meaning that the shoulders are roughly as wide as the hips and the waist is taken in just a bit. Then we have the late 1920s. The guy on the bench is actually Al Capone. The lapels are longer and wider, you have more shoulder padding, and this creates a silhouette that is shaped more like a V. And the shirt collars are attached to the shirt. And this is the show's aesthetic. A bit of a mix. Even more shoulder padding, creating a very prominent V silhouette, but you also have the detachable collars. Also mind that all examples consist of suits that are made from really coarse fabrics. You can tell from how smooth the fabrics fall, which also means the garments were tailored to the customer, of course. When you try to shop for a Peaky Blinders suit nowadays, Google gives you this. A modern suit that fits badly and is made from a far too thin fabric. Ugh. Anyway, for the show's aesthetic we will also need a baker boy cap and boots. We'll get to those items later on. For the suit I'm using patterns I drafted according to the Cutter's Practical Guide by WDF Vincent, published around 1900. The PDFs are free to download, link in the video description. They also include useful tips like how to measure a client's crotch without actually touching it. Hello there. Eyes up here, baby. Very useful. First I acquired this lovely fabric. A dark grey wool that has this awesome structure. It makes it look vibrant even though it's a solid color. For the trousers I'm going for high waist fishtails. Let's start with those. Finished. I also put on a Peaky Blinder appropriate shirt, which I bought years ago at a thrift shop. I cut off the collar on this one and combined it with the collar from another thrifted shirt. You'll find the details on this in another video. Links to shops where you can buy this kind of shirt and detachable collars down in the video description. Next up, waistcoat. Awesome. Cheers to that. While I think this already looks fine, in terms of priority I think I should care about the cap next. It's far more important for the look than the jacket, right? I mean, I could use one of the many Baker Boy caps I already have, or I can make a new one from the suit fabric. Let's do that, because
we fucking can, and if we can, we do.
I'm using a Baker Boy cap pattern I refined over the years, so it's puffy enough but not too big. You can find a similar pattern in our sewing ebook. Now this is already something. For the final piece you will have to wait a little longer, because making a suit jacket takes a moment. Be patient, and meanwhile, no fighting in the comment section.
No fucking fighting!
Ta-da! Don't mind my beard, by the way. I know that it's not very fitting for a Peaky Blinder, but in my real life I prefer this more aristocratic look of my face. And in case you want to make a suit yourself, I already covered making trousers and a waistcoat in previous videos. I won't go into detail making a jacket here, but let me just drop some quick tips for the process. First, start with a solid color fabric, so you don't need to keep a fabric pattern in mind. Second, start with the easiest options. Patch pockets, no inside pockets, no back vent, no surgeon cuffs. Third, it's perfectly fine to start with fused interfacing instead of pad-stitched horsehair canvas. Your first jacket won't be the prettiest anyway, and that's absolutely fine. Fourth, basting thread is your best friend. Now let's add some details to the outfit. If you want to wear a coat, pick a long one. It should end below your knees. And I think that's it. If you're in the mood for sewing something yourself, have a look at my playlist filled with sewing videos. If you need some inspiration for an upcoming 1920s party, have a look at this lookbook. But don't forget to subscribe.
By order of the Peaky Blinders.